we had asked for records from her office about her communications or showing her communications with the Biden operation, Jack Smith, and the Pelosi January 6th committee. And they told us several times they had no records, which was not true. It was false. They didn't show up in court as they were supposed to do and respond to our lawsuit, which is because we knew they had records, because Congress had at least one letter Fani Willis herself signed to Benny Thompson, the corrupt head of the January 6th committee.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I gotta bring up Fani Willis. Yes, Fulton County DA. Yes, you know, the one that supposedly ended her relationship with her special prosecutor boyfriend, Nathan Wade. Well, she's gonna get help for the day. Fani Willis, girl, you are in trouble. But before we get into it, don't forget, smash like, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications so that you are sure to get notified of whenever I post a new video. Watch the video to the end. Now let's get into it. So just to recap on Fani Willis, her name is Fani Willis, and it actually is pronounced Fani Willis. She was the one that's going out after Donald Trump for the election interference case. You know, that whole infamous phone call where Donald Trump was on a call with multiple people, including his lawyers. It was a conference call. But on the mainstream media, they just played a little clip where he said, find me more votes. But in context, he was saying, find me the votes that you did not count, not invent votes. But you know, the mainstream media twists and turns everything that he says. The actual phone call was really an hour long, just over an hour long. And that was taken completely, entirely out of context. They knew that it was. We got this Rhino Brad Roethlisberger who recorded it and said, look, this is what he said. Oh, these damn rhinos. Oh, Lord, forgive me, please, in Jesus' name. But these folks get on my nerves. In any event, they used that to say that he was trying to rig an election. But who really rigged the election with those Zucker boxes and the pandemic? I digress. Got to stay on topic here. But yeah, Fani Willis, special prosecutor, and, you know, she hired her boyfriend, Nathan Wade. He was being paid in excess of $650,000. I believe that was annually. And he was receiving kickbacks. Oh, he was receiving all kind of kickbacks, legs up and everything else, if you know what I mean. Oh, he was getting compensated. Oh, quite well. Yes, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. And they would go on trips. And she said she paid everything with cash because, you know, she knew what she was doing. So she's the heifer of the day. Fani Willis, Fani. Yeah, now you in trouble. And it's been found out that she was colluding with the J6 committee. Oh, wow. So take a look at what we found. All right, this is with Kyle Becker. Fulton County, I'm just going to click this. Fulton County Superior Court has issued a default judgment against District Attorney Fani Willis for refusing to turn over records that could document her collusion with the J6 committee and special counsel Jack Smith, right? The court order states, by finding the defendant in default, the court has effectively declared that she violated the ORA Open Records Act. The court further orders the defendant to conduct a thorough search of her records for responsive materials within 5 business days of this order's entry. 5 business days. Within the same 5-day period, the defendant is, in all caps, ordered to provide the plaintiff with copies of all responsive records that are not legally exempt or accepted from disclosure if the defendant must or chooses to withhold any portion. If she withholds anything, any portion of a requested record, she is instructed to adhere to the procedures outlined in the Open Records Act. However, the Fulton County DA claims that such records don't exist, potentially putting her at legal risk of perjury and obstruction of justice. The court makes it clear that it has substantive reason to believe Willis is withholding records. Fani Willis, are you withholding records? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? All right, defendant is further ordered to provide an explanation why such correspondence does not exist in defendant's records or why it is being withheld. However, if Willis does turn over the records, it could provide proof of a criminal conspiracy. Oh, the irony. And I want to say that was dated in December of 2024. That's it, within 5 business days. Has she provided anything? Because she is going to be a girl. What are they going to do? See, back then it was still Jim Crow Joe that was the president. Now that Donald Trump is in office, oh, it's about to go down. All these folks that could get away with doing dirt because under the Biden administration, as long as you were, doing what they told you to do, it didn't matter how much dirt you were doing, you were covered. Try that with this one. FAFO. F around and find out. F around if you want to. Okay. You better come up with some records talking about they don't exist. Did you perjure? Did you do that? Did you do that heifer other day? I just want to give you guys like a little bit of history in case you are new to this whole Fani Willis thing. Now, this is Fani Willis. Now, this is a bit of an older clip. This is older. And it says, disgraceful Georgian DA Fani Willis, who hired her lover to prosecute Trump and funneled over $650,000 in taxpayer money to him, is now asking for donations to fund her security. Let's listen to this.
Obviously, you can donate. I want to say that again. So obviously, you can donate because it does finance lawyers. It finances my security. Whenever I do anything that is not necessarily DA related, but more my elected, I pay security to be with me because I never want them to say I'm using county officials to do public service. So my bills in my campaign are more. But the other thing that you can do is I would love some place where if there was a think tank, we have legal issues because we have all types of legal issues coming up. If I'm not financed properly, I'm gonna sue this board of commissioners, period. Well, I may need lawyers to do that because if not, I'm adding to that jail population, right? It's just common sense. How many lawyers I have, that's how many cases we can indict. That's how quickly we get to dismissals, setting appropriate bonds. And you have people that are not invested in it. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. In Fulton County, a Democratic county, we have a Republican chair and a Republican vice chair. I don't know what in the world is going on.
We got a Republican chair and vice chair, and Republicans in a Democratic county. Y'all need more Republicans because all those demon rats are not doing the Fulton County area any good. That's why Misha Maynor, who used to be a Democrat, is now a Republican. And she said her blood pressure went down ever since she became a Republican. And that's Misha Maynor. I did a video on her some months ago. If I remember, I'll link it at the end of this one, but you can look through my videos and check that out. But yeah, she wants people to pay for her security. Oh yeah, you may need some lawyers, girl. You are going to have to lawyer up.
Fani Willis, her misconduct was so grave that in terms of violating open records law, the high collusion, that a court ordered her office to pay Judicial Watch $500. Promise to give you an update on Fani Willis, and if you haven't been following, I'll just give you a brief update to date in terms of where we've been. We had asked for records from her office about her communications or showing her communications with the Biden operation, Jack Smith, and the Pelosi January 6th committee. And they told us several times they had no records, which was not true. It was false. They didn't show up in court as they were supposed to do and respond to our lawsuit, which is because we knew they had records because Congress had at least one letter Fani Willis herself signed to Benny Thompson, the corrupt head of the January 6th committee. So we caught them lying about their collusion records. They didn't show up in court. The court found them in default, found Fani Willis in default, and not only ordered her to actually do a search for records, which she didn't do seriously in our view. That issue will continue. But the court said you owe Judicial Watch attorney's fees and costs. And those attorney's fees and costs were due today, $21,578. And the check was due to us today. Our lawyer down in Georgia got a call from them saying, oh, the check's here. And we're like, why didn't you send it to us? So supposedly the check is ready. So we just got to get our hands on it. And it's not the end of the case because obviously the attorney's fees and costs we are due and we will take them. And it shows you the cost to the abuse of power to the taxpayer for Fani Willis, her operation there. But in the end, we really want the documents too, right? So that fight continues because they're hiding their documents that they lied about having, showing collusion with the January 6th committee and Lord knows what else. So we had asked the court to appoint a special master, which essentially would oversee a search for documents by Fani Willis's office because they can't be trusted. So that still needs to be resolved by the court. So to sum up, Fani Willis says the check is ready with our money. We haven't cashed it yet because we haven't gotten our hands on it yet.
You better be glad it's not more than that, Fani Willis, Fani Willis. See, these people got their day of reckoning coming. They thought that Kamala was going to win and they was going to continue all of this, not doing what they were supposed to do, unlawful deeds. Or what does Big Tish in New York say? No one is above the law. Yeah, and that includes you all as well. You demons, you demon rats. Okay, she was colluding with the J6 committee allegedly, and allegedly owes this man, Judicial Watch $21,578 to be exact. And they don't even have their hands on the money as of this recording. See, she playing around. She playing around. And I bet you she was about to pee in her clothes when Donald Trump won on November 6th, when it was finally called officially that Donald Trump had won the election. Oh boy. Woo! And Big Tish come out there in a press conference. Well, this is not how we were thinking the election would play out. Oh no, you weren't thinking that, were you? Yes, but your inflated assets. Fani Willis too, her assets are inflated. I want to show you guys one other thing with Fani Willis. And it has to do with another heifer. Her name is Jasmine Crockett. Now, somebody black gonna get in this thing in my comments and say, why you keep talking bad about these women? They black like you. I don't look at color. I look at behavior. Okay? Look at their behavior and look at how they're hurting people. And then you come back and ask me that again, okay? But this is Jasmine Crockett, another demon rat screaming. And she is the mistress of ceremonies, because Fani Willis won another term as Fulton County DA. Just check it out.
But let me tell y'all something. I know some of y'all have been frustrated, and you've been saying, where are the Democrats? Where are our leaders? Well, I'm here to tell you that we ain't never left y'all, all right? We are here. We are also going to make sure that they uphold the law. We are not going to sit around while you go ahead and desecrate our Constitution, or you look at the laws that have been passed into law and say, never mind, we'll just ignore that. Instead, we are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your asses, and we are going to make sure you understand what democracy looks like. This ain't it. So let me tell you something, Mr. Trump. You're going to learn a few lessons from us. And I'm going to be the first one. You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out, all right?
All right, I just want to play that little clip, but here is something that is on for today. Today, February 13th, 2025, Mistress of Ceremonies, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. She is supposed to be inaugurating at the gala of District Attorney Fani Willis, okay? For the Love of Justice is what it is called. But her name's so big, I had to go down and try and find Fani Willis's name. She's supposed to be doing something for the inaugural gala of District Attorney Fani Willis. Okay, because Fani Willis won another term against, I forget the guy's name, Christopher something, but he was another Democrat. I don't think that was going to be any better. But I just wanted to share that with you all because, yeah, that's important. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget you can smash like, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications. You can catch me on the Linda B Show, which is on YouTube, and also email me, ChatWithMeLindaB @gmail.com. You can find me on X, Rumble, Instagram, TikTok. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, the United States of America, and march on, warriors.